3-7 run to close out that second quarter. Nembhard has it and finds Nesmith, picked up by Lopez in the corner. 3 to shoot, backs it back out. Nembhard with the grenade has to launch the 3.
Standing around on defense. And Philly, Clippers got a little bored, but they got to get back to pressure, and there's Huff.
23. Pacers scored the first bucket of the ball game, which is essentially their only lead. Jones hangs inside. Huff feeling good, lets it fly. That's now Jones into Lopez. The only way to stop Jay Huff is to make him work.
Hosting Brook Lopez as an option versus Huff.
Nesmith back to Siakam, 10 to shoot. Nesmith able to get around Dunn, gets to the rim, high up. You watch that Indiana run through the playoffs. His game in Madison Square Garden, 8 of 9 from 3. Big comeback win for Indiana. Sanders. Lopez fires the 3. Dunn. Looking to get it to Kawhi, but instead has to go to Jones. Now 5 to shoot for the rookie Sanders. A step back, guard at 3. Nesmith, the 3. Dunn. Gives to Sanders. Now Jones, pump fake on the 3, drives inside, whistle foul.
For your teammate, in that case, he got a foul called on that dribble penetration.
Lopez. Deep into the paint, off the window, and in. 9. Siakam the other way, crashing in. Get a quick word from Kia. It's the second one to 16, 67-60. Leonard picked up by Nembhard on the switch. Goes through a trio of defenders, finds Dunn on the wing for 3. That's his first shot of the night.
I said, you're going to start with a 1. I'm going to give you that because you're my guy. But the blinkies, man, the blinkies detract from the actual language and explanation of the overturn. Distraction for the audience. So what'd you give him?
He walks in reduction in the process due to the 20 blinks. So his BPWR, which is blinks per word ratio, was very high. It's going down to 1.8.
Oh, and Chris Dunn. So,
but I think, as again I mentioned, I've been talking with the Kennedy Award Committee. Mitchell Irvin might be given a postseason award. We'll see. Kawhi Leonard hangs his hit. He'll go
one-on-one.
Leonard with the first. Hey, the Kings. Victor Wembanyama. 74-60, Clippers by 14. They've led by as many as 23. It's 56-33 in favor of the Clippers midway through that second quarter. Jay Huff doing a little.
And talked about kind of another one of the surprises for Indiana, despite having the injuries, but been the play of Jay Huff and what he's able to contribute to this squad from the center position.
Kawhi jumps through a pair of would-be defenders. Low ball, they get it ahead. Oh, he's got Kawhi to the rim. A whistle and a foul, and Leonard at the end of the year.
Yes.
Oh, he stays at a 1. The ball goes back to Indiana. 3. Pacers come in with just 15 wins on the year. Again, a lot of things going on there in Indianapolis, but they are still fighting through it. Down 14 now. Nembhard with 5 to shoot, gives to Huff. Back on the wing for Nesmith, the 3. Rebound is up.
Hang around, then all of a sudden get a spurt and really put pressure on the opposing team. And Kawhi says, yeah, we need to open this up a little bit off the dribble.
Huff misses on the 3. He is now 4 of 6 from above the arc. Kawhi, by the way, 29 points in 22 minutes. Jones attacks, a whistle.
Ball up the court quickly. That's when they can find.
To advance the cause as Jones makes the set lead here in the 3rd.
And what Garland added to the equation was pace. He got 2 feet in the lane. He made a few really good passes for baskets. So kind of feeling his way when the offense was rolling early.
Nembhard. Potter inside, left the game earlier with a turned ankle, is back out of the way. In transition, Lopez, the trailing 3, It is good.
We're anointed because of the team's success right now. My goodness, man. How good are the San Antonio Spurs? You know, Steph Castle taking another big lead. And look at San Antonio knocking on the door.
San Antonio, for if you don't know, won 4 of 5 games from Oklahoma City. Nembhard the other way after the turnover from the. And I'll be honest, it's probably a good thing for Oklahoma City to those two teams.
And for some reason, even though just know how much that's a detriment to them because they're just playing. They don't care.
Jackson inside, a whistle will sit. We did that yesterday on NBC. By the way, game in the third quarter in favor of the Spurs against 84-64, Clippers by 20. Shepard loses Mathurin, open for the 3. Mathurin picked up by Potter. Finds Garland alone on the wing for 3. Jackson, a high-rise rebound, doing work.
It's that when the shot goes up, a body can't be put on Jackson. He's able to gobble that up and finish it with an offensive rebound.
Oh, with the rebound, my bad. It's Derek Jones Jr.
I usually say it's good rebounding.
Yeah,
he had a couple really good rebounds. He has in his game, though.
And he had a tip in on Monday, which is kind of what alerted me to it. Miller late in the clock for the Clippers. Jones in the corner for 3. Where they play 5 and 7, and they have a chance to have some games that have some good finishes here as far as not having. Jones in the corner to Miller. And Jones out of bounds with a clear line in the sand. You just don't see it often. December 20th is that day for the Clippers. It was a win over the Lakers. They would win 8 straight. They would battle back, and they have just been so impressive. 23 and 10. Jordan Miller.
And the interesting part, Brian, you kind of change some names and faces, and yet you're still able to maintain the rhythm that you need. A beautiful pass by Mathurin. Mathurin right now for Indiana, and that's hard to do. You know, to continue with that same kind of rhythm, even though I know you dropped a couple games, but kind of found
that a couple of times over the years when Kawhi's been out, Paul George missed time. How about that shot by Matt?
the 2 in order for it to work. That
Clippers by 30. Siakam. I know go to the line for a couple.
Opponent 3-point shooter in a league where that defensive transition, offensive transition, they start valuing the basketball a lot better. Not
it's a huge swing, huge.
Well, I'll tell you this, in the turnovers too, so you go from 15.3 down to
well, it's been a fun turnaround. We've mentioned a couple of tough games. One against Santa. Whistle and a foul. Boy, a lot of free
move a lot more. So you're going to see a lot more because the ball is not going to stick as much, and that's not a bad thing because you had. I mean, it's an interesting concept, though. Yeah, and that's why I said that the percentage has shrunk over the years because of the number of possessions have increased, and the utilization of the 3-point line is now in play. Beautiful backdoor cut. This is a form of communication in order to get a nice, easy basket inside.
I feel like this is the best game that Matthew of a game. He's 7 of 9, 20 points for him here tonight. Miller inside, challenges.
Play off balance and still be effective. That's just who he is as he get bumped. They can't explode, they can't finish. Not the case for Miller.
79. Jackson looking into Siakam. Siakam's played 29 minutes here tonight. Picked up by Miller. His former teammate Isaiah Jackson doubles. Looks inside to Huff. Blocked from behind by
ball. Swiping at the ball. Huff had to recalibrate. That gave time for Jackson.
Nice move by Garland. Gives it inside to Jackson over Huff. And
how about Darius Garland? 7 assists. Right on cue to a season average.
22 minutes. Bound goes to McConnell. Can't lay it in. Up for grab. Mathurin in the corner to Dunn for the 3. It's good. The Clippers will get a 2029 and a 2031 draft pick from the Pacers, unprotected going. Executives around the league, they say if you get a player in the top 9, is changing players.
Now, how about this? The top 10 to 15 players all projected to be freshmen right now.
You a trivia question?
Of course.
Last 4-year collegiate draft.
4-year player? Wow. So, wait. Last 4-year #1 pick.
I'm going to give you to the next. Oh, God. I'm going to throw you off.
No.
Walker in the corner to Shepard. 8:21 to play in the game. Shepard lays that. His school was Jackson inside, and he continues. And we had one of these things. Kenyon Martin, Cincinnati, 2000.
That's right.
Walker, the wing 3. Which reason why they were able to do that?
You know who I was leaning towards, but I didn't. Maybe it was 3 years he played at UNLV, which was Anthony Bennett. And then drafted him overall #1.
Didn't work out for Anthony Bennett as much as it did for Kenyon Martin.
No, or Cleveland. How about that? Womp womp. that was a matter of kind of overthinking the situation at that time.
Huff. Walker, the straight on 3. To secure his own miss. Gets to the rim. Wild shot whistle. Free throws coming.
With today's college game and the fans from this, you got to at school. But then also with that fan base, that translated to something.
I remember what your example to me, Bobby Hurley, that Duke team getting crushed by UNLV in 1990, developing.
You got to think about it. UNLV was undefeated for that year.
I'm talking about in that game. They were the better team in that game. I'm not saying overall. Yes, I think UNLV was the biggest, the best team to not win a championship perhaps in college.
To your point, to come back and be undefeated, and they played a tough non-conference schedule too, I think that year too. And Duke just had vengeance on them. Both teams returned, basically both the same team.
All starters under 30 minutes. Kawhi at 23. Quentin Jackson over in Carson, went to Mira Costa.
Oh.
Washington. 5 to shoot. It's Christie in the corner for 3. Rings the rim. Out in front. Going to win for the 3rd straight time. They will pull to 30 and 31. There's an opportunity to get back to 5 and figuratively as you go up against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs on Friday. Mathurin dared to shoot and does.
His bounce, his energy.
Making the adjustments, not blaming anybody, but
this is what we're going to do. No, he predicted that trending, not towards that direction, but could rise above it.
They've got work to do, and the optics of everything are so different than they were at the beginning of December. It was just a rough time. It really was. For the fans, the front office. In fact, I remember even talking, and he kind of, had the same positive energy that he always.
And that got the ball rolling.
Sports writer of all time.
How about that? Lawrence Frank, Indiana. Went to 2 football universities. I
can tell you right.
Let's say this. Knowing Lawrence, he probably was hanging with his crew, and they went and crashed the football game. Now, I say Lawrence probably didn't go when it was cold. I know that much.
And Doc the team is late because Doc wants to see the finish, and Lawrence is like, "What happened?" He's like, "What do you mean? What happened?" And by the way, the Clippers would come back, huge comeback in that Sunday game in Game 2 against the Warriors. Walker knocks down the jump shot. That the Pacers are being able to play a lot of young players here.
Well, they're in the evaluation process as well for their team for next year. Halliburton is coming back. You have what they want to do, so they have quality.
If they keep their pick, it's likely because they have a top 4 pick. You know better than I that those are some franchise spots.
Yep. I mean, it really is. So I think they're just prepping and preparing, to get back to where they need to be next year. Healthy.
Miller into the lane some way, somehow. In these games where the Clippers are the busiest month of the year, they play 18 of these things, 5 and 7, 2 times. All minutes are not the same. These have not been challenging minutes in 2 of these last 3 games.
Take care of your business versus the teams that you're supposed to. And Kawhi's tougher to defend as well.
I think you're going to see a lot more from Isaiah Jackson going forward.
Yeah.
But the injury to Niederhauser, we don't know how severe it is. Walker the three, it is good. They've got 128 to 105. Clippers really dominated this game. It was a single-digit game in the second quarter. After the Clippers had a lead as big as 23.
I'm waiting for him to settle in a little bit. Then I'm hitting him up. He's getting it. He's getting the call. Hook me up with your peeps down in Nicaragua, man.
For people who don't know, I'm just going to let it sit there like they don't know why.
It has something to do with tobacco, crops, cigars, connections, peeps.
Christie not there. Clippers turn it over. Shepard the other way and punches it in.
Now Lance can
And that is to see if he should shoot. They say yes, he does. He misses short. Down. And they're going to light the victory cigar here. 130 to 107. Clippers improved after dropping 3 in a row. They have now won. After dropping 3 in a row, they have now won 3 in a row. Your final score.